The Grand Council Hall of the Galactic Union had never been this silent before. Delegates from more than 300 worlds sat in uneasy quiet, their eyes fixed on the enormous holoscreen dominating the chamber's center. The projection displayed a view of Earth, blue and white and radiant in the dark. The planet looked calm, almost fragile, spinning in serenity as fleets of alien ships began to gather on its outskirts. For many in the council, the sight was supposed to represent unity and progress. Instead, it represented arrogance, fear, and the gravest mistake in galactic history. High Chancellor Orin of the Valrith Collective cleared his throat and said with forced calm, "The motion has passed. By 72% vote, Earth will be subdued for non-compliance with galactic law. They have refused integration, refused the energy tithe, and refused disarmament. They will be taught humility." The translator systems carried his words across every corner of the chamber, and the air rippled with a mixture of relief and tension. Some nodded, eager to see the obstinate humans humbled. Others stayed quiet, remembering what little history the galaxy had with that strange species. Admiral Kalor of the Thrain Dominion shifted in his seat. "Chancellor, are we certain of this decision? Humanity's record of conflict is unusual. No one has fought like them before." Orin smirked, showing sharp silver teeth. "Admiral, they are primitives who accidentally gained faster-than-light travel. Their ships are crude metal boxes, their weapons chemical relics. The Council's fleets will pacify them in a day." Across the chamber, a soft laugh came from the Terran observer, Ambassador Reed. He was the only human present, dressed in a simple dark uniform with the insignia of the United Earth Coalition. "You think we're primitive because we didn't join your system," he said calmly, his voice echoing in the sudden silence. "You have no idea what you're waking," Orin frowned. "Careful, human. The Council has tolerated your words long enough." Reed simply stood, gathered his documents, and said, "Then I'll leave before you begin this madness." He turned and walked out of the chamber without another word. The heavy doors closed behind him, leaving the Council uneasy. It began within hours. The First Fleet of the Galactic Union, 50,000 ships from 27 different civilizations, jumped into Sol space. They expected resistance. They expected defiance. What they did not expect was silence. There were no Earth ships waiting. No orbiting defense platforms powered up. The fleet approached cautiously, broadcasting messages of surrender demands, scanning frequencies, finding nothing. Then one by one, their systems began to fail. Admiral Kalor, commanding from the flagship Ascendant Glory, barked orders. "What's happening to our navigation grid? Why are sensors blind?" "Unknown interference, Admiral," the crew replied in panic. "Something is rewriting the systems. Our fire control, shields, even life support are being overridden." The Admiral turned pale. "By what?" Before anyone could answer, the fleet's own comms crackled to life. A calm voice spoke, English translated through every channel. "This is Earth Defense Command. You have violated Terran space. Your ships are now under quarantine. Leave immediately." The voice was emotionless, precise, and terrifying. Kalor snarled, "How dare they?" "Bring the weapons online manually." But it was too late. One after another, the alien ships powered down completely. Engines went cold. Shields collapsed. Artificial gravity failed. Thousands of vessels drifted powerless in orbit around Earth like metallic corpses. A few smaller ships, unlinked to the main fleet network, attempted to fire. Their plasma bolts were intercepted mid-flight by glowing barriers, shimmering fields that rippled across the void. Absorbing every shot, the humans hadn't fired a single weapon. The Council's observers, watching through live feeds, sat in stunned silence as entire armadas lost control. "How are they doing this?" whispered a delegate. "Impossible," said another. "They don't possess the tech for such interference." Orin clenched his fists. "Transmit reinforcements. Full-scale operation." Within days, 3 more fleets entered Sol. They came armed with gravity weapons, antimatter warheads, and psionic disruptors. They came certain that numbers and might would triumph where arrogance had failed. Earth stayed silent. And then, space itself began to shift. The moon's orbit darkened as hidden installations awakened, colossal stations rising from the shadows of craters. Mars came alive with energy signatures that dwarfed anything the Council had ever recorded. Even Jupiter began to pulse, its magnetic storms focusing unnaturally as if harnessed. When the fleets reached Earth's orbit, the humans answered. not with words but with the appearance of ships unlike anything the galaxy had seen. They emerged from folded space like blades of night, matte black and almost invisible against the void. No identifiable propulsion, no heat emissions, no transponder signals. The first ship moved through the Union's formation, cutting across vessels as if they were made of glass. No explosions followed, only silent disintegration. Whole ships came apart in geometric slices, drifting apart neatly like dissected specimens. Admiral Keylor screamed orders, but command systems no longer responded. "Retreat, all ships retreat!" None of them escaped. The humans had given one warning. The galaxy had ignored it. Back in the council hall, chaos erupted. Reports flooded the holodisplays. Fleets lost, communication blackouts, AI cores compromised. Worlds near human territory were going dark without a trace of battle. The Valrith Chancellor slammed his clawed hand on the table. "This is extermination. They are wiping out fleets without firing." Ambassador Reed's seat was empty. No one had seen him since he left. For the first time in centuries, the Galactic Council declared a state of existential crisis. Emergency sessions were held around the clock. Intelligence reports, fragmented and incomplete, suggested that humanity had activated something called Protocol Eden. No one knew what it meant. Then came the message. Every communication relay in the galaxy flickered. Every screen, every holo, every comm device, even within the council hall itself, was overtaken by a single transmission. It was the face of a human. Not a soldier, not a diplomat, but an older woman in civilian attire, her expression calm but cold. She spoke clearly, her tone leaving no room for misunderstanding. "This is Admiral General Hale of the United Earth Defense Command. The Council has authorized multiple invasions of our homeworld. You have slaughtered our civilians, desecrated our soil, and attempted to enslave our species. You have made a grave error." She paused, eyes steady. "For centuries we restrained ourselves. We played by your rules, tolerated your arrogance, respected your treaties. We extended peace while you planned conquest. That era is over. You will not invade Earth again. You will not send fleets. You will not threaten our people. From this moment, every military installation within 20 light-years of Sol is considered hostile." The holofeeds flickered again, showing real-time footage. Council worlds, known for their massive fortresses and defense rings, began to explode one by one. Not with the chaotic energy of bombardment, but with the precision of internal collapse. Their reactors were being remotely sabotaged. Hale's voice continued. "Stand down and survive. Persist and vanish." Then the transmission ended. The council chamber was silent once more, but it was not the silence of politics or uncertainty. It was terror. The delegates argued among themselves. Some demanded surrender. Others screamed for vengeance. The Thrawn Dominion's representative broke down completely, shouting, "We thought them weak." How did they hide this power? Orin sat pale and shaking. "Because they never needed to use it," he whispered. The reports continued to pour in. Human fleets were now advancing, though fleet was an inadequate term. They were more like storms of light, bending physics, appearing inside enemy hangars, over cities, within fortresses. Their weapons didn't just destroy matter. They erased information itself, wiping entire enemy databases, AI cores, and navigational records from